Good evening, everybody. I'm Pierre Roberge, the Daily Trader. It is June 13th, and we are going to take a look at Tesla stock, Palantir, Nvidia, gold, silver, Bitcoin, blah, blah, blah. From a technical analysis perspective, my goal in doing these videos is to help you understand how you can use technical analysis to make better trading and investing decisions. But I'm not a financial advisor, so please do your own research and make your own decisions. So Tesla is up $8.88. That's 3.55% up. Closed at 258.71. Post-market, we are up by a further 22 cents. So let's look at what we have here on the chart. So we broke not too long ago our support at 238.11. So we broke that resistance, and we are just continuing higher and higher. Tesla is really strong, really strong. Now we are getting close to our resistance at 265.32. So I had made a mistake. This line is 265.32. I had some other lines hidden behind it with a different label at 259. So it's not 259, it's 265. It's 265.32. So we are getting very close to it. And also very close to the resistance side of our bullish channel. This is our bullish channel. It has been going up since January. And yeah, we are getting close to this part of the channel. So, we should be expecting some slowing down at some point here. I've been saying it for a while. But when the slowing down is not happening, let's just enjoy this. I'm not complaining at all. I'm not complaining. I just don't want to overhype this and tell you that Tesla is going up to $400. Nobody knows until where Tesla is going to go. What we know is that we are riding this wave right now. The buy signal that we identify was right here on Friday, May 19th. This was the buy signal of this wave here. And we had another buy signal in the past in January. We had another buy signal approximately here, and that was another wave. So this is the second wave of this bullish channel. So at some point, this is going to happen. This is nice, but this is going to happen, and we are going to have to deal with it at that point. The stock is going to slow down, and it's going to start zigzagging, and that will give us a congestion zone. And then as soon as we break that congestion zone, then without stochastic, then it would be the time to get out if you are trading this. If you are not trading this and you are just an investor, then you can wait it down. And then you will be here again when it picks back up. We can see that we had made a lower high, and we had made also a higher low. So we had a very tiny triangle, and we broke that off. Tesla is very strong. Let's look at the 1 hour chart. So on the 1 hour chart, we were stuck a little bit under 250 for a couple of days, but then it did not last that long. It was just a horizontal resistance. And we have gone through many horizontal resistance. When we are into a move, it's not the horizontal resistance that is the most important. It's the actual diagonal support line and resistance line that is important. So we broke that today in the first hour. Then we went up for 2 hours and we paused a little bit on 255.23. This is yet another horizontal resistance / support that we broke, and we have been pausing here for the last 4 or 5 hours. And we'll see what happens tomorrow. In terms of the indicators, everything is super great. RSI is overbought. The indicators are great. Let's go back to the daily chart. On the daily chart, the indicators, stochastic at 98 cannot get much better than this. Very steep. RSI has been overbought for a long time. This is the perfect example. So show this to people that say, if an indicator is overbought, it's dangerous, you should sell. No, you should not sell. When it stops being overbought, then you can start thinking about taking profit or protecting yourselves with a put option or whatnot. But we should not jump the gun. We should just follow what the stock is telling us. Let's take a look at some Tesla news. So we have this news here from Dow Jones and Newswire. Tesla does not see higher volume production for electric semi-truck until late 2024. So Austin, Texas, Tesla chief executive Elon Musk said that the company doesn't expect to begin producing its new electric semi-trailer truck in larger volumes until the end of next year, citing battery supply constraints. Speaking Tuesday at an energy conference in Austin, Texas, Musk didn't elaborate on how he defines higher volume production. While a niche product for Tesla, Musk has said that the semi-trailer is crucial to accelerating the company's transition to more sustainable energy, noting that heavy trucks account for an outsized share of vehicle emissions. And Musk again called on the nation's largest energy providers to invest in more power generation, forecasting electricity demand would triple by around 2045. We need nuclear. We need nuclear. The future is not like the past. The future is a massive increase in electricity demand, and it's going to take everything that we got just to keep up with it. Yeah. Another one that is quite interesting, Tesla stock gains for 13 days. The reason is a head scratcher. It's impossible to always understand why something moves up. Do we know all of the institutions that could be buying Tesla? Do we know all of the retail investors that could be buying Tesla? There are so many factors there. And this is what the stock market is. And this is why the stock market is jagged like this. It has moves up and moves down. There are so many things to take into account. Inflation, the war, and we also need to take into account the interpretation of all those news that are known, because there are some news that are not known. So people are scratching at this. What is the reason? What is the reason? It's oftentimes impossible to know. And that's fine. We don't care. We are not buying reasons. We are buying a stock at a price and wanting to sell it at a higher price. And when we see a change in pattern, we see it. When it's a significant change, we can act on it, and then we can just ride it. So this is what's happening. Palantir closed up 35 cents, 2.24%, closed at $16. Push market, we seem to be up by a further $1. We were pausing a little bit right here and then started to go a little bit higher than 15. And now it's been 4 days. We are above 15 and we are just making higher lows and higher highs. So we are indeed, again, part of this bullish channel continuing up. Just be ready to see a slowdown at around 1778. Around this part, we could see a slowdown, and we can also have a reversal at that point. We could have a reversal that would be perfectly legitimate for the stock to be doing so. But so far, there's no indication of that. Let's just enjoy this ride. Nvidia, something new is happening here. Nvidia has been into this congestion zone, okay, double resistance, double support congestion zone, and now we are breaking 406.62. We are up $15.40, 3.9%, closed at 410.22. Post market seem to be up a further 26 cents. We had a downward resistance. This is always the same thing. We have a downward resistance. And when we break that downward resistance, that's the first de-risking criterion that we can use to buy. We don't have to buy, but it's a de-risking criterion. Then we need to look for a horizontal resistance because we could get stuck into a congestion zone. Now we have a break of that one here. We have the second criterion to tell us that this is de-risked a little bit further. And we even have the third one because we have stochastic over 60. If you want to buy, that would not be a bad time to buy. Just be careful that we might have this second resistance that might give us some headache and might even make us come down, but it might also go through it. Nobody knows. So you make your own decision here, but this is not looking too bad. If you enter right now, at around 410, just make sure that you have a stop loss a little bit below 406.62. And as a trick to set a stop loss, you can set a stop loss based on the percentage of a certain amount of money below 406. Where is the 406? Okay, the 406 is right here. But what I like to do is find a pattern. So we have an interesting pattern right here. So if you can fathom it, If you can put a stop at 400, that's going to be a lot safer. That could be another solution because we could be breaking 406 and just bouncing on this thing here, which is in fact a congestion zone. So you could also use 400, but I know it's pretty low. That's $10 lower than 400. That's only a couple of %. But it's better to use a stop loss based on an actual pattern, because on this actual pattern, we have proof that the stock is minding that pattern, that there's support at 489. There's a support there. It's not like a computed stop loss. Well, I put a stop loss 3% lower than when I entered. That's not as good as a stop loss based on an actual pattern, and then you can translate it in terms of a percentage to see if it makes sense to you or if it's too much. But here, everything is great. We have stochastic at 93, MACD is great, and RSI is coming back again in the overbought position. VIX. So VIX, we had a little bit of a move up yesterday. We have a move down today, not as much, but we are going to take it. So we are at 1460, still a low VIX, so that's fantastic. And also in terms of the news here, we have data show that consumer prices rose modestly in May, adding to the speculation that the Federal Reserve will pause its rate hikes when it concludes its two-day meeting on Wednesday. So tomorrow we might see things move a little bit. The consumer price index increased 0.1% last month after gaining 0.4% in April. So people are hopeful. So you see what drives the stock market? Hopes. And hopes are not facts. Hope is an emotion. So you know the stock market is emotional, and that's fine if we can read the impact of those emotions. And this is what we are doing with our lines. QQQ going higher and higher after our little break right here at 357.27. Dow Jones going higher and higher, and we have a bunch of horizontal resistance right here. We have this one right here at 34,268, and this is what stopped us today. Maybe this is not going to stop us tomorrow. We'll see. S&P 500, break of 43.24 on SPX. So we had the break yesterday, and we are continuing today. Everything's going up. Everything's going up. This is feeling great. This is feeling great. Everything's recovering. We don't know for how long things are going to go up, but they are significantly going up, enough for us to make a profit. That's enough. NASDAQ going higher and higher also. Physical gold. Yeah, gold is not faring very well when the stock market is going high like this. This is going down to 1508, following its downward resistance right here. No stochastic. Silver, it tried to get outside of its downward resistance. It tried hard for 1 day or 2 days, and then it just caved in and lost stochastic over 60. If you want to short silver, that might be a good time. Bitcoin, holding on to the same place. Nothing else to see here. Ripple, sideways day. Ripple is doing quite well. Stochastic is declining a little bit. Stochastic is declining, so we'll see if we can hold 0.498. US dollar, we are about to lose the support right here and come down a little bit. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing. If you like what I do, you can become a YouTube member. Click on my TradingView affiliate link. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you à la prochaine.